Good morning. Well, no better for seeing images of Matt Hancock there, crouching down in some, I don't know where he was, wearing his mask with the other two characters in that image you just showed there, also wearing masks. It's been very underreported this morning, I think, that at the COVID inquiry yesterday, Dame Jenny Harries, a figure that was familiar in households up and down the land, admitted that masks were always useless. And in fact, she went further and said that masks could have been worse than useless because they encouraged a false sense of security. So can we all just think about that for a minute? Because for well over a year, the entire nation was mandated to wear bits of cloth over their faces, when in fact, those in charge of the COVID response knew full well that it was worse than pointless. That, to me, is a sensational revelation, and I hope that Matt Hancock is challenged on it at today's hearing.
Good God, woman, you got that in straight away, didn't you? There was me thinking it was a mask during the I'm a Celebrity thing. Listen, we all know about... listen, we could debate that forever. I want to put something to you about specifically today and Matt Hancock, but really... the whole sort of overview. I mean, yesterday we had Raab and Savage Javid sort of disagreeing about who was in charge. Javid said Dominic Cummings was running the show. Raab said, no, that's not right. One of the things I feel really strongly about this COVID inquiry, Isabel, apart from the fact that it's costing millions of quid and won't finish until the year 3000, is that if I was a victim's family, I'm sick and tired. I know, listen, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not interested in who called who or what, or said F, or said this, or said the other. I'd want to know why we got into this mess, which is why I thought Gove's comment about how it started was relevant. I'd want to know why there weren't plans in place, and I'd want to have assurances from my politicians through this inquiry that it was never, ever going to happen again. I don't want some tittle-tattle about who called who what. Do you not agree with that?
Actually, I 100% agree with it. We've had far too much of it. Now, the justification will be that this module, so-called, of the COVID inquiry, and frankly, I don't know why we're wasting our time with multiple different modules. How about we have one module and it's focused on what we really need to know? But this module is focused on the political response to the pandemic, what was going on in Downing Street. It is a complete and utter waste of time to focus relentlessly on the personalities of Dominic Cummings and Boris Johnson and who said what and he said and she said, because these characters will never be in Downing Street running a pandemic response again. So we're talking about unique personalities who, in Dominic Cummings' case, certainly behaved in a uniquely irresponsible and frankly pretty unpleasant way. But there's no point in going over and over and over that ground. We've had ample evidence of his character, his personality, his leadership style. And what is the point of now fixating on that for yet more evidence sessions when it can't give us any lessons for future emergencies, for future public healthcare crises, because none of these unique personalities will be, thankfully for the rest of the nation, in charge of the response then?